Alrighty, hello there, those of you at home. Here's our warm-up. If you guys want to go ahead and check this out here on 1 and 2, you're going to use the distributive property to simplify, expand those expressions, and then simplify those expressions on 3 and 4 by combining like terms. You want to pause the video? Because we're ready to go. Let's make this happen. Okay, here we go. Can I get you back up here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see here, guys. So number 1, I'm looking to expand those expressions using the distributive property. And I wonder, Archie, what would you get if you expanded the expression on number 1?
On 1, I did 5 times 3x, which is 15x, and then 5 times negative 2, which is negative 10, so 15x minus 10.
Beautiful. 5 times 3 is 15, so that's 15x. 5 times negative 2 is negative 10, so it becomes a minus 10. How many of us got 15x minus 10 for that, or see how Archie did that on our 2 alarm? You guys doing okay? Table C, did you guys get that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so make sure we're paying attention, because when I see everybody raising your hands except for table C, it makes me worried. So let's make sure we're paying attention to that, shall we? Let's see here. Can I get a little bit of help? Nobody's sitting there. There's going to be a lot of empty seats today, and that's going to be just fine. We're going to make do. Let's see here. There we go. Oh, nope. Let's see. So far, I've only got the one that is actually filled. Nope. There we go. Bennett, for number 2, what would that be if you expanded the expression on number 2?
I put it as
Negative 20.
negative 20 minus negative 12.
So for what it's worth, that is mathematically correct. That is mathematically correct that negative 20 minus a negative 12t looks like that. Did you put it in parentheses like I did or not? No, that's okay, because again, this is also technically correct. It just hurts my eyeballs. It just hurts my eyeballs to look at, and that's why I like to put those parentheses around there. But I'll tell you guys, that even though this is mathematically correct, it's not simplified. Because the thing is that something that we learned, guys, is that when you subtract a negative, it acts like addition. And so when we subtract a negative, we're literally going to turn that into addition. So if you see something like this, I want you to turn it into negative 20 plus 12t. I think of it a slightly different way, where I think of this as negative 4 times 5, which is negative 20, and then I think of this as negative 4 times negative 3, which is positive 12. And that kind of helps me make sure that my symbols are simplified right out the gates. So that's awesome. How many of us got negative 20 plus 12t, or see how we got that in our concern? You guys doing okay? Beautiful. Love to see it. Let's see here. Rico, how about on number 3? What can I combine on number 3?
I combined 15x and 12x.
And that made
27.
27x. And then what else could you put together?
9.
Okay, I'm glad we're talking, because here's the thing. Once you've done that, we can ignore those. Now let's pretend that those were never there. Can you read out loud for what's left?
Negative 10 minus 7.
So say the first one was good. The first one was good. Say that the first way.
Negative 10 minus 7.
Yeah, if I wrote that out like that and just had negative 10 and that sign and 7, you would assume it meant negative 10 minus 7, because that's really what it is. So let's go ahead and get our calculator out. We don't get to do that too often in this class, so you guys get to hear the song again, which I'm sorry, or you're welcome. If you guys not done the song, I'm sure you have, haven't you? What? You don't know what I'm saying? All right, well, here we go. Just gotta wait for the loading screen and we can get it going. Me, 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 me. Me, 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 me. Where is my calculator? There it is. Okay. TI SmartView, TM emulator software for the TI-30X slash TI-34 multi-view. TM calculators, Texas Instruments, validating software license, ... Okay, so if we do negative 10 minus 7, that would be negative 17. So this turns into 27x minus 17, and then we're stuck there. It's as far as we can go, because the one term has x's and the other one doesn't, okay? How many of us either got that or see how we got that and aren't too alarmed? You guys doing okay out there? Maybe that requires a little bit of extra practice, and that's okay. The thing is to combine things and then ignore them. So let's take a look at number 4 and do the same. Let's see here. On number 4, Penny, what would be your first step on number 4? What can I do for you, sir? Oh, grab a loaner back there. That's okay. And then I can check in on that if we get some work time. Sorry. Go ahead, Penny. What was that?
To add 10 to 15.
Yeah, 10t plus 15t, which is 25t. And then what?
And then I subtracted 8 and 5.
Yeah, positive 8 minus 5, which is
3.
positive or negative? So should it be plus 3 or minus 3?
Plus.
Because it's positive, it's plus 3. Very good. 25t plus 3. How many of us were able to get that or see how we got that and aren't too concerned? You guys doing okay? Beautiful. It looks like we need some more practice on this part here. And we're doing pretty good on this part here, which is great because today we're going to be taking these 4 problems, turning them into the same problem. Yes, Addie?
I have a question on question 3.
Let's do it.
In Canvas, where you do addition for number 2?
Yes, on Canvas, this is how it has to be accepted, is because this is technically not simplified the way that it's written like here. I'll also take 12t minus 20. Technically, that's even better, but if I write it this way, I'll accept either of these. I'll accept either of these. Perfect. Let's do it, guys. It is the 37th day of school. So 37 has a really bizarre divisibility rule, wherein any number divisible by 37 can have its first digit moved to the back, and the result will still be divisible by 37. Yeah, this is a weird thing. Somebody multiply 37 by something, and then if it's a 3-digit number, tell me what it is. Just multiply 37 by something, and tell me what you get. It's got to be 3 digits long.
0.05.
Oh, multiply by an integer, please. Yeah, like multiply by like a natural number.
370.
370? Love it. 370. Ooh, does that work? Oh, that won't work because there's a 0. Shoot. Yeah, go ahead.
222.
See, that one's too easy because if I put the 2 here, then I get 222. Yeah, go for it, Luke. 14? Oh, well, what's 37 times 14? How about that? Punch that in there and let's see. Yeah, do 37 times 14. That should give me a 3-digit number, I think.
259.
Is it 259? Okay, watch this. 259 is divisible by 37. It's 7. But if I take this 2 and put it here, 592 is also divisible by 37. 592, 16. If I take this 5 and shove it over here, 925, that's also divisible by 37. Which I think is pretty weird. That's pretty weird. But I'm not actually 100% sure how that works. Like, that kind of freaks me out. Like, I'm not sure. Normally, when I hear the divisibility rules, I have, like, an idea. Like, I'm like, okay, there's something in there. I see what's going on, kind of. But not that one. That one freaks me out. Yeah, see, 5 is too easy. It's National Chocolate Covered Pretzels Day. I do not. But I'm not going to lie, guys. If I did, the chances are is I probably would have eaten one. And as soon as I eat one chocolate covered pretzel, you guys are all gone. How many of us know exactly what I'm talking about? Yeah. If you have one chocolate covered pretzel, that bag is done for. You can't stop. I know, you can't stop. Oh, yeah, the animal cookies, like the little frosted animal cookies, those will get me too every time. All righty, let's see here. What's our first essential question? And I would love to get that from, that's going to be Josh. What's our first essential question today? Awesome. How does the distributive property work while we're adding and subtracting expressions together? Kind of a mouthful today. Okay. Our Jeopardy this week is a smile in any language. By number of countries, it's the second most common official language in the world. Theirs would be un sourire. English is actually the most common official language of countries around the world, if you'll believe it. It is French. French is correct because it's by the number of countries. Mandarin is the most common native language, but there's only 1 or 2 countries, maybe more. I think Cambodia might have Mandarin as one of its official languages, but English has like 40 something countries. French has like 30 something, and then Spanish has like 21. Oh, and there's actually I forgot number three because number three is tomorrow, or is number three is on Thursday. Pictionary fairy tales. It's the Princess and the Pea. Which of those pictures is better? The one on this side or the one on that side? Will you guys point? Which one looks better? Which one looks better? The one on the right? Shoot. Yeah, I had a student come in after school for some help, and then he was like, "Your Princess and the Pea stinks. Can I do a better one?" And I was like, "I guess, but it's probably not going to be better." And everyone thinks it's better, so it is what it is. I did the best I could. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Underneath all this, got a pencil? Oh, got a pencil? Today's topic is distribute and simplify. Close. Close. It's true. Hey, no, absolutely. Simplification and combining like terms. Of course, you can like, well, you're going to get me started on that. I'm going to be here all day. Now, let's make sure we feel good about simplification first, because it looked like a lot of us were not feeling 100% on that. So let's make sure we're feeling good on simplification. So if I gave you something like this, 8w minus 7x plus 2y minus 3z plus 7 plus 2w minus 4x minus y plus 8z minus 19. That's long and annoying, but we can combine like terms. And what I would like you guys to do is talk to each other. Which of the terms in here would you call like terms, and how would you go about collecting them so that this thing wasn't so long and obnoxious? Give it a try and teach. Are you feeling good about combining these? Awesome. How about you, Clue? You feeling good? Sounds good, crew. All right. People be dropping cookies in my classroom. Penny, you feeling good about these? Awesome. How about you, Henry? You feeling good? Awesome. Nathan, you feeling good on these? Beautiful. Ada, you feeling okay on these? Awesome. Rico, you feeling good on these? Beautiful. Addie, how about you? You feeling good on these? Okay, well we can talk about that, okay? We can talk about that. The expressions are very they're very jittery when it comes to how you type your answers in. So when we do our homework day tomorrow, when we actually do the self-assessment day tomorrow for this, we'll take a peek at that, okay? Perfect. And but what about how are you feeling about this? Long, but you know what to do, right? Yeah? Melissa, how are you feeling on there? Okay, yes, sir. Question over here, Henry. A 19, negative 19 at the end, minus 19. Milo, how are you feeling on this guy? Looks like you're doing pretty good. That is the correct first term. Yeah, that is the correct first term. So you're doing a 2y, yes. So yes. How are you feeling on this, Thomas? It's making sense to you? You doing okay, Archie? Awesome. How about you, Tommy? You making sense of this? Awesome. All right. You feeling good on this one, Tice? Ugh, look at all these cookies be on my floor. Oh, shoot. I tried to throw it away and it shattered. Great. Now mice will live in my place. All right. How are you feeling on this, Luke? You feeling okay? I can tell you that's the right first term. And then the next term's good. Just make that a negative. You're doing actually really well. You are getting those correct. You are getting the right terms in there. Let's just see what we can do to collect them, put them in a nice long string, and see what we can do. Okay. Alrighty. Can I get you guys back up here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Let's see here. Thomas M., what can I put this 8W together with? Yeah, and should that be a 8W minus 2w, or should it be an 8w plus 2w?
What?
Plus, because the symbol to the left is what counts. This minus is talking to the 7x. That plus is talking to the 2w. So if I have 8 wagons and then I get 2 more wagons, how many wagons have I got, Thomas? I've got 10 wagons, and I don't know what I'm going to do with 10 wagons, but there you go. 10 wagons. Perfect. Let's see here. What's the next thing that we could put together here? Addie, what's the next thing that we could put together here? Yes, Addie A. Beautiful. So if we do negative 7 minus 4, what do we get? That's correct. Yeah, that is correct. It's minus 11x, right? And that was because we get negative 7 minus 4, and that's negative 11, because that's how I would read that. Negative 7x minus 4x. That's exactly right. Very good. Good. You're doing great. Let's see here. How about I get a little help out there? This one's going to come from drawing some cards here. Okay, I'm probably going to get through the whole deck here. Henry, what can I put the what would you put together next? Awesome. And what does that leave me with? Awesome. And I love that you said positive y and not positive 1y. Because positive 1y, while that is mathematically accurate, if you put that right here, that's mathematically accurate. That's not simplified. Because if there's a 1 in front of a variable, it should be invisible in order for that to be simplified. Perfect. What about the z's? What are we going to do about these z's? Let's see here. Ada, what are we going to do about those z's? So negative 3z plus 8z? I don't know about you. This feels like a job for the calculator. Yay. So plus 5z. Okay. And then, crew, what is going to be our last step here? What is the last thing we're going to do? Yeah, and that says positive 7 minus 19. So I'm going to punch that in my calculator. Positive 7 minus 19. And I get negative 12. So minus, that's writing with a highlighter. Minus 12. How many of you are like, that was annoying, but I either got that or I see how you got that, and I'm not too worried if I give me something like that again? Because this is right here, part of getting a level 3 on our self-assessment, our skill check, when we take that next week. We're going to be working on simplifying these guys like this, okay? Okay, so let's get into what we're really doing here. What we're really doing here is we're looking to do stuff like this. Got a pencil? 8 open parentheses, 2 minus 7m, close parentheses, plus 24m minus 9. So, now I've got a lot going on here, right? And a lot of people are like, well, wait a minute, what do I do? Do I put the 7m in here first? What do I do to mash this together? What do you guys think we need to do first? When I say teach, I want you to say, okay, what would you suspect the first step here is to make this look a little more familiar? Let's see what you guys can come up with at your tables, and we'll talk together in about a minute. Teach, teach! Okay, can I get you back up here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Okay, guys, here we go. I'm going to point to a number, and if you think that number is something that needs to be dealt with in that first step, I want you to give it a polite little golf clap like this. Let's hear your polite little golf clap real quick. That's pretty good. And then if I'm pointing at something that you do not think should be part of the first step, I want you to like murmur disapprovingly. Can I hear a disapproving murmur from you guys? Murmur, murmur. Okay, here we go, guys. The 8. The 2. The 7. 24? The 9. Yeah, that's exactly right. We need to deal with these parentheses first. It's just like the order of operations says, because the order of operations says we have to do parentheses first, which technically means I'm supposed to deal with the stuff inside the parentheses, but I can't put those together. So the first step is going to be multiplication, because there's no exponents here, thank goodness. The multiplication that occurs here is 8 times 2 is 16. 8 times negative 7, is that negative 56? So negative 56m. And then the rest just drops down. Yeah, you're going to hear me say that a lot. It just drops down because now we've got just a string exactly like what we were dealing with in that first little warm-up there. And we can put these things together now. So when I say teach, I want you guys to say, okay, talk to each other. How do I put those together? Give it a shot, and here we go. Teach! Alrighty. Can I get you guys back up here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Milo, what can I put together here? Very good. And we're going to make sure that it's a negative 56m plus 24m. So in my calculator, I'm going to go negative 56 plus 24, and that's negative 32. So that's negative 32m. And then what else can I put together, Milo? Yeah, 16 minus 9. And I'm just going to punch that in my calculator. You might not need your calculator, but I don't know about you. How many of you, that's a positive 7, so it's a plus 7. How many out there, guys, feel like you're making simple math mistakes just because there's variables around? You know what I mean? Yeah, absolutely. I do the same thing all the time. And that's why it's okay to yank out your calculator and do 16 minus 9. I'm not gonna make you guys feel ashamed about that at all. How many of us got negative 32m plus 7 or something? They're very close, yeah? Did somebody do that differently and get something that looks a little different? What would you, let's talk about it. Eddie, what did you do? Yeah, so you did the 16 minus 9, which is a positive 7, and the negative 56 plus 24, which is a minus 32m. These are both mathematically accurate, okay? But I'm going to tell you, Canvas prefers this one with the constant term. Constant means it's the number without a variable coming last. So if you do it this way, guys, let's get in the habit of putting that constant term last. So since it's a positive 7, I would put it here, and then the negative 32m right here. Now, I'm going to tell you guys right now, if on the skill check, self-assessment, I'm going to ask you to do it the way that it asks you to, but on your skill check, I'm much nicer. If the correct answer is negative 32m plus 7, and you put 7 minus 32m, I'm actually willing to accept that. If Canvas marks that wrong, you can leave me a comment and say, Mr. Petersen, I think I just typed it in the way that Canvas didn't want it. Will you please give me points for that? And I will give you full credit for this answer. Okay? Do you want to know what it is? The problem is if I don't do that, like this answer right here, like I have to put in every combination if I don't do that. Like if I don't tell you to do that, I have to tell Canvas to accept negative 11x plus 10w plus 5z minus 12 plus y. I have to tell it to accept that. Like I have to type that whole thing in. But then I also tell it to accept negative 12 plus y minus 11x plus 10w plus 5z. And you guys, I just don't want to spend all that time typing. So on a self-assessment, I'm going to insist that you type it in the way it wants it, which is usually variables in alphabetical order with the constant term being last. On a skill check, if this is the right answer and you put this, you just need to tell me and say, and I'll give you credit for that, because you're actually not on the hook for getting it in what we call standard form until 10th grade. Okay? Does that make sense, guys? Should we do another one? Okay, I'm going to show you this one, guys. This next one is kind of illustrating one of the most common mistakes that I see students make here. So let's see what happens. Got a pencil? 8 plus 3, open parentheses, 2x minus 4, close parentheses, plus 8x. When I say teach, I want you to say, okay, first, let's talk about what parts need to be dealt with first. Between the 8, the 3, the 2, and the 4, and the other 8, which ones need to get dealt with first? And if you feel confident, you can go ahead and start this problem off and see if you can finish. I'll give you guys 90 seconds. Give it a try and teach. Did I get a door knock? I did not. I'm losing my mind. There's no one out there. Maybe you guys are ready to go after a minute. All right, let's talk about it. Can I get you guys back up here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? So if it belongs, if it's part of the first step, give it a polite little golf clap. If it is not part of the first step, give it a disapproving murmur. This first 8. Ooh, I heard clapping and I see that. Okay, how about this 3? That's all claps. How about the 2? Okay, the 4 and the 8, this last 8. Yeah, we're all good on that. So it looks like we're all happy with the fact that that last 8 is not part of the first step. And we're all happy that the 3 is part of the first step. But there was some disagreement about this first 8. When I say teach, I want you to say, okay, do you believe this first 8 is part of the first step? Why or why not? Teach! Yeah, well, that's not how that works. It's 9:09. Yeah, 11:11. That's a sad day. Yeah, but you have to pour it and be at the register in time. So nobody ever gets a free Slurpee, I'll bet you. I know there's one day, because I know 7-Eleven you get a free Slurpee, like a free small one. Yeah, yeah. But I know there isn't it. Is it November 7th? You can just bring your own container. Isn't that a thing? Is it in October? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Yeah, where you can like show up with like a tea kettle or whatever and just fill it up with a Slurpee. It already happened. Darn it. All right. Can I get you in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Let's see here. Ada, what do you think? Do you think the 8 is part of that first step? Yes or no? You were too busy talking about Slurpees, indeed. But what do you think now? That is correct. It turns out that one of the most common mistakes I see is that people try to do 8 plus 3 and then put an 11 on the outside of the parentheses here. The reason that's not allowed, guys, is because the order of operations goes parentheses. I can't combine anything in there, so I'm done with parentheses. There's no exponents. What comes after exponents? Multiplication. That's what this is. I can't do addition until I've done the multiplication. So the 3 is going to multiply in and make this 6x minus 12. And everything else is going to drop down. So when I say teach, I want you guys to say, okay, talk to your partners. Where do you think we go from here? I got to freeze this and I'll check and see if the announcements are up. But you guys go ahead and talk to each other. How can I put those together and make that simplified? Give it a try and teach. Let's see, do we have the announcements? That's wild. We have 1.3 thousand videos. Haha, there it is. It is there. So we'll watch that in about 7 minutes. Okay. Can I get you guys back up here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Tice, what did you put together here in this blue expression?
Okay, so I did 6x plus 8x, which is 14x.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did 8 minus 12,
Mm-hmm.
which is 4. So I did 14x minus 4.
Beautiful. And it's a -4, which is why that turned out to be a minus. How many of us either got that or see how we got that and aren't too alarmed? You guys doing okay out there? You guys doing okay out there? Okay, you love to hear it. Oh, is it still frozen? Oh my goodness. Boop. There we go. Okay. How many of us were able to get that or see how we got that and aren't too alarmed? Very good. Thank you so much. Okay. I'm hoping I have time for 2 more examples, but certainly I want to make sure I get through one of them. Let's look at this one, guys. This one really bothers people. 8t minus 2 open parentheses 3t minus 7. Give this a try, guys. Talk to each other. What do you think we're going to do with this? And don't mind me while I highlight a hint.
No way, you're
Teach!
mean.
Do the best I can. Yeah. Nathan, what you got for me?
So, like, the one from yesterday, it
Uh-huh.
was like, I don't know exactly, it was like negative, and it was like,
Ah, yes, yes, yes.
it was like that.
Mm-hmm.
How
And
did
so
I got it right, but like, I didn't
I
really.
would think of putting that 1, because there's a secret 1 after the negative.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, that's what you do. Mm-hmm. Very good. Okay. Can I get you guys back up here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Shh. Tommy, what'd you get for this? So, ooh, okay. So I think a couple of things happened. Number one, I think you did the -2 times the 3 correctly. That's -6t. But then don't forget we do a -2 times a -7. And a negative times a negative is always a... So that should be plus 14. The 8t drops down. I can put those two together. 8t minus 6t is 2t. 2d. Plus 14. Whew. Okay. That's kind of wild. The idea, guys, is that I have to consider that. Is that a minus sign or is that a negative? The answer to that question is? Yes. The answer to that question is yes. It is a negative sign. Thank you so much, Melissa. I appreciate that. See, she remembers. It is, the answer to that question is yes. It depends on what we're doing with it. If we're adding and subtracting, it's a minus. If we're multiplying, it acts like a negative, okay? I'm going to do one more, but I'm going to do this one with you. Where if you had something like this, got a pencil? 2 open parentheses, 5l minus 2 close parentheses minus open parentheses, 8 minus 2l, something like this. To do something like that, we would start by distributing. 2 times 5l is 10l, 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. Nathan was asking about how we deal with something like this. I think of there as being a secret 1 there. And so negative 1 times positive 8 is negative 8. And negative 1 times negative 2 is positive 2L. 10L plus 2L is 12L. And negative 4 minus 8 is negative 12. But that was kind of fast. That's okay. We're just going to let that cook overnight. There is no self-assessment today. So tomorrow we'll take a look at our self-assessment, work on this a little bit more, and then we're going to get to the announcements. So you guys can go ahead and put your stuff away, hang out on your assigned seats, and we'll check out our announcements. Those of you at home or those of you who were on the field trip, I hope Sister Act was great. Sister Act is bomb. I know the movie was amazing, so I'm hoping the play was too. I hope you guys had a good time, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you come to class prepared tomorrow, and I hope you get a good night's sleep, and I hope you get your favorite dessert, and I hope that uh,
You hope a lot of things.
I do hope a lot of things. It's true. I hope so many